Hello everyone, hello and welcome back to Milvan's Gate. It doesn't really seem to matter where we go, we always end up back at the Limsa Laminsa Customs Office for one reason or another. But the reason today is, of course, we're unlocking Scholar. We're going to be smashing through the Scholar job quests. And as you can see, we're already summoned a level 50, so you know what that means. And it looks like, oh, don't tell me. Okay, yep. Yeah, we're going to have to unequip our job crystal, and that is going to seriously mess with my keybinds, I think. Where even is it? There it is. Unequip. Oh my. Alright, give me a sec, guys. And here I was saying that we'd never use our Topaz Carbuncle again. Hello, old friend. Alright, Muri. Let's do it. Forgotten but not gone. Muri has knowledge of an intriguing opportunity, and she's going to give us Adlo. Sweet. Let's hear it. Grunty, have you any interest in history? If so, I would share with you an opportunity to study the ways of the ancients. Do I have any interest in history? You're adorable, Muri. A curiously refined and well-read marauder visited the guild the other day in the hopes that he might find an arcanist of exceptional skill. He claims that the assistance of one such individual will be invaluable for the success of his archaeological research. I say claims because despite his eloquence, the thought of a marauder with academic ambition still strikes me as odd. I feel you, Muri, that is very odd, knowing the warriors that I know. You are, of course, free to formulate your own opinions. His name is Alka-Zulka, and he can be found at the Marauders Guild should curiosity overwhelm you. Alright, let's do it. Now we have to remember that this is an educated potato, okay? And isn't going to sound quite as crude as some of the ones we find in Uldar. Hello, my little friend, my diminutive friend.
Thank you for setting aside your preconceptions, Grunty. I'm acutely aware how unusual it is for a marauder to conduct research, as it were. However, you shall soon understand that I am not at all like my more muscular brethren. Rather than rush blindly into the enemy's maw, I formulate and execute stratagems to great effect. My archaeological pursuits are but an extension of this practice, for at present I am researching the military tactics of ancient Nim. 'Twould not surprise me if you were unfamiliar with Nim. The civilization flourished some 15 odd centuries ago during the 5th Astral Era. The Nimians lived during an age of wonders, when the magical arts flourished. The magics can be wielded for weal or for woe, and this period of peace eventually gave way to the Great War of the Magi. The nations of that bygone era brought earth-shattering merits to bear against one another, yet Nim, with only a handful of mages to support its army of marauders, repulsed would-be invaders time and time again. Precisely how a military force of this composition could defy its stronger neighbors is a mystery which has long puzzled military historians. By translating extant Nymian tablets which I have recently purchased, I mean to solve the riddle at long last. As my knowledge of Arcanima is cursory at best, I require an experienced arcanist to assist me with my analysis of any text pertaining to the magical arts. Will you be that arcanist, Grunty? Alright, let's do it. There is, however, a complication. The Nimian tablets and other assorted relics, for which I paid an exceedingly large amount of money, were stolen en route to Limsa Laminsa. The information inscribed upon these tablets could be of untold significance. I would not allow thieves to sell it to some rich Uldan collector for a pittance. Pray accompany me to the Raincatcher Gully docks and help me reclaim my relics. I have strong reason to believe the perpetrators can be found there. Alright. Now, I thought for some reason that Alka-Zulka was a female. There you go. We must have those tablets, Grunty. Though I do not seek you out for your combat acumen, pray lend me your magic at once. Okay. Well, if you're not seeking me out for my combat acumen, you're frankly a fool, because have you seen my book? Have you seen my book? Look at that. It's on fire. It's not even burning my hand. Right? I probably can't even read it when it's on fire, but you know what? I don't need to read it, because I'm a damn good arcanist. Let's do it.
So I hope we're all excited for some Nimian lore. I hope we're all excited to be learning the metaphysical nuances of the fairy and what makes it different from the eggy and from the carbuncle. And looks like we're going straight into some sort of combat situation here, as I suspected. There are not more than broken men who seize the docks and taken to robbing every passing ship. Let us put an end to their banditry and take back what is ours. Alright. Oh, level synced? Come on. Is that really necessary? Alright, fine. Broken Lancer. Oh, look guys, they're not Duskwights for once. Or maybe they are just like really big muscly Duskwights. Cannot use yet? Are you kidding me? I can't use Bane? Oh right. I was like, I'm pretty sure I was level 30. No, I did just reset my Etherflow stacks when we level synced. Oh man. And Eye for an Eye should not be there. I don't know where I should have that, but it should not be there. So let's deal with that in a moment. In a sweet mo. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but these Rogaine Seawolves, they could be just like really muscly Duskwhite. I mean, I have those thoughts about Methys and see if I might be able to try to play that angle, but no, I like the Seawolves. I reckon they're pretty cool. I reckon they're pretty tight. Alka-Zulka the Thinker does not have auto heals. I think I'm expected to be healing him, but I'm not going to because blah. Oh, I was worried that we weren't going to hit that weak gladiator, but it appears that my concerns were for naught. I mean, should we give him a heal? Nah, I'm not going to give him a heal. He's fine. Do you see any others? No? Excellent. I'll help you search for the tablets. Are they in this glowing crate? Yes, yes, this is it! A treatise on Nimian military tactics, just as I'd hoped. Guys, I can't be the only one that thought that was a female, right? That was a little girl, Lala. Now, they're really creepy close up, aren't they? Jeez. Oh, okay, I love that face. I can't argue with that face. Hello there. Oh! Mayhap the tablet can explain this. Scarlet, familiar. Fairies? The sunlight of Eos doth soothe and shield. The moonlight of Selene doth silence and strengthen. Grunty. What was that? The 12, have you any idea what this means? We've rediscovered the long-lost magical art of Nimian scholars. Just like that, huh? Just like that. Well, what do you think of all that, Alka-Zulka? Hey, we match! We're wearing the same green! High five, my bro! Fairies. Honest to God, fairies. Well, now I have seen everything. Have you seen a man eat his own head, Alka-Zulka? Anyway, I shall return to the guild and begin translating the tablet. I cannot wait to see what other secrets it contains. You and me both, my brother. Oh, you see that, guys? Another bot there. Now the botting. Oh look, there's another one. Oh fucking, he's already gone by the time we turn around. The botting on Tonberry is very real at the moment. It's very, very real. I mean, it might be because I've been spending more time on in like non-peak hours. As you can see, it's 10:30 AM at the moment. So I guess the bots are a little bit more brave. at these kinds of times. Why the hell did I come back to Milvan's Gate? You see what I mean, guys? I'm just like inextricably drawn to Milvan's Gate, and this Elvira who is following me. So let's no, she's going to unlock Arcanist very slowly, very tentatively. All right, good luck. Okay.
Excellent timing, Grunty. I've just finished transcribing a section which will doubtless be of interest to you. According to the tablet, the crystal from which the fairies sprang forth is called the Soul of the Scholar, and it contains the wisdom of those long-dead Nimian mages. With it, you can call upon the fairy as you did before and bind her to your will. As I said before, I have little knowledge of Arcanima, so unless you have some objections, I would like to entrust the crystal to you. Oh, and you needn't recompense me. Simply knowing that the lost arts are being preserved is enough. I shall devote my energy to deciphering the remaining text. Should I discover anything new, I promise that you will be the first to know.
Alright. Well, there we go. We've got our Soul of the Scholar. We've got our Adlo, which is a very, very handy. Effect cannot be stacked with Nocturnal Sect. Well, I don't think we need to worry so much about that. The Fairy of Something and Awakens and Something. With the Soul of the Scholar equipped, you can summon a fairy to aid you in battle. When called forth by the spell Summon, she will assume the form of Eos, a healer-type pet, and when called forth by the spell Summon 2, she will assume the form of Selene, a support-type pet. Now, that's an important thing to note, is that it is actually the same fairy. It's the same entity with two different... Why is it telling me that we're gonna equip this? What do you mean insufficient armory? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we do totally have insufficient armory chest space. I don't want that anymore. Alright, so I just had to make sure I didn't have any summoner glamours. Well, that's fucking stupid, because it could totally just revert the glamours. Anyway, there we go. Soul of the Scholar. Oh, damn, Grunty. Damn. He's pretty lithe, isn't he? Anyway, are we gonna leave it there? Are we gonna do a Scholar the movie? Let's do it. We're gonna do Scholar the movie. Scholar Jobs the movie. I'm gonna do one more, and what I will do then is I'll put a bit of a gap between them so that this one is out before I record another one, so you guys have an opportunity to answer some questions and what not else. So give me a second just to re-equip all of my gear. Alright, there we are. We've got our Scholar in our full Arachne regalia. We've got our Selene. We've got our skills and our cross-class skills more or less where they should be on my hotbars, I think. So let's dive into the next one, Alka-Zulka. We're going to be getting ourselves a sucker. Very nice. Alka-Zulka wishes to share with you his most recent discoveries. Well, I mean, it's taken me about 20 minutes just to sort that shit out, so you should have got a fair bit of reading done between now and then. Let's hear it. Grunty, I was hoping you might come along. Deciphering the treatise has proven more difficult than I anticipated, but I nevertheless made progress. It contains a wealth of military knowledge, much of which details the role of scholars in Nimian units. Apparently, a single scholar could provide effective support for an entire party of marauders. They would employ their magics to heal the wounds and enhance the abilities of their allies. Moreover, they would often serve in leadership roles as they were highly trained tacticians. But how swiftly the remembrance of all things is buried in the gulf of eternity. The treatise indicates that Nimian scholars wielded a far more diverse repertoire of spells than you currently possess. Precisely why you lack these spells, I cannot say. Probably because no one's taught them to me, you fucking idiot. However, the fault may lie with your fairy. One could surmise that the knowledge contained within the soul of the scholar is essentially hers. Therefore, if she cannot remember the ancient magics, I would suggest that, a thought occurs to me. Is it indeed the case that the fairy, having been stilled for 1500 years, has yet to fully regain her senses? Mayhap visiting a familiar location would hasten the process.
And I can think of no more familiar place than the city of Nim, rather, what remains of it, in Alka-Zulka. Alright, let's go explore the floating city of Nim. Now, the implication that Alka-Zulka was just making there is that the fairy is more or less a carbuncle of the soulstone, which is quite interesting. Now, we know that I think I've made the comparison to ethereal gear before. Is, you know, you wear gear and when you die while you're wearing it, it sort of absorbs your ether. Well, the soulstone works in a similar way. Is that the whole idea of it is that you've got someone carrying around this soulstone, and as they learn and grow and fight things, the soulstone sort of takes an imprint of these memories, of these moments, and of the wielder's, I guess, power and ether, etc. So our fairy is the product of the experiences and the power gained by all of the previous owners of the soulstone, and given a sort of form much like, at least as far as I'm concerned, quite similar to a carbuncle. But we'll learn more about it as we go. The fairy starts to remember. Okay. Now, if we don't know what happened here, oh, I think I'm supposed to go up in the middle there. Can I even get up to that bit? No, I don't think I can. It's got to be down here somewhere. Or maybe I do have to get up there. Yeah, I totally do. So how the fuck do we have to jump there from somewhere? I'll work it out. Yeah, so Nim, floating city of Nim. We're told in the sightseeing log for this area here. Oh yeah, we totally just jump over here. In the sightseeing log for this area, that it was sort of torn from the realm by an over-aspecting of wind crystals. And you can see here these wind crystals have got the corrupted tips. They've become over-aspected, and presumably most of the city, what we're seeing here is very little of it. Most of the city is just completely taken off. Which made me think that we might be seeing it in Heavensward, seeing as we were, I should say, going to be up there in the Sea of Clouds. And we are a long, long way south of the Sea of Clouds here. But I think it would have been interesting anyway. And I'm sure I've mentioned before that I kind of half suspect that we'll end up seeing it as one of the areas for the airship exploration. I think would be pretty cool. But we can see more of the city out there. And where are we looking across to here? We are looking across to... where are we? We're in Outer Lenosius. We're looking... What are we looking at? Looking sort of northish. Forgotten Whisper. What do you think, Celine? What do you smell? The fairy strains to remember. Alright. I guess we got yet another one up here. Observe the distant Nimian ruins. Okay, we can do that. Are we going to have some combat here? Do you guys think we're going to have some combat here, or are we just going to... Oh, Cornu. Alright, well, we have to get around Cornu somehow. I definitely don't want to enrage her at the moment. Although that said, I should probably tell people that shout T, pos, A rank. Alright. Oh shit. Oh fuck me. Of course, yes. No. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit, that's what I get for trying to do the right thing, you guys. Alright, Cornu. Good girl, Cornu. Good girl, no bites. Alright. Oh jeez. Alright.
Now that is an impressive vista right there. And shows us that Vilbrand is actually pretty freaking huge. You're facing the wrong way, Grunty. The Forgotten Whispers of, what was that? What was that? Event? No, okay, we missed it. We know what's going on there. Alright, and that's it. That's the whole quest. Alright, so we're straight back to Alka-Zulka. We didn't have to fight anything. And we're getting our free succor. Fuck you, Corny. Welcome back, Grunty. I gather the experiment met with success. Then this strongly suggests that each fairy is a distinct individual with her own thoughts, feelings, and memories. Well, I must redouble my efforts to translate the remaining text. At this rate, your discoveries threaten to overshadow mine. Not to bemoan your accomplishments, but I've yet to decipher any equally amazing stratagems. Soon enough, though. Soon enough. Alright, there we go. There's succor. And there is our first... Hello, come on. Can I have it, please? Thank you very much. The fairy has imparted to you knowledge of a new art. Great. Okay, so there is our first feature-length Scholar episode. As I said earlier, what we are going to do is I'm going to release this one when it comes, and I'm not going to record any more Scholar stuff until this has been released, and I've given it a few days for you guys to leave some feedback. So if you have any questions about Scholar, about Nim, about anything related to this this quest chain whatsoever, or just in general, please do feel free to leave them below, and we'll have a discussion about all of that in the next episode. But for now, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the... I mean, everyone keeps saying to me that like a half-hour video isn't that big a deal, so I don't know why I keep worrying about it. I'm sure you guys will let me know what you think. Until next time, I'll see you later. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. 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 Bye.